Alright. Guess this is the first video we're gonna be doing, so yeah. Gonna be making a Flamberge basically out of this long 2x1. And yeah. I just gotta go measure it out, draw all the stuff. The only thing that has me worried, God, I wanna see, is these knots right here. I could feel them pushing in and out. I guess that's not one. The other one's over here. Kind of worried about these because they're pushing in and out. Who knows? Maybe I'll be able to glue it together. But yeah, since drawing all this stuff is pretty boring, I'm gonna save you that. Alright, here we go. To the power of editing. This is what we're gonna be doing. As you can see, these are just kind of like what I used to draw the middle. But we're gonna start off from here. We're gonna go kind of in this groove. This knot is one of the ones that was pushing through. It's not really connected in there, but the line I drew, hopefully that will stay in there. But we got the handle all drawn out. This is the only knot that's gonna be a bitch, because it is right, don't know if you can see that, it's right on that edge right there where I want to do the edge, so that's not gonna stay in there. I can already see that falling out. But yeah, this is about 46 inches long. So let's get to the good part. Let's get to the cutting. Man, I am not proud of this. So if you don't have a workhorse, this is kind of what you have to do to improvise. Got my skill saw and a long wire. Oh man, this always gets me. That's how just truly rednecky in this seems, but it gets the job done. So yeah. So first off, since I can't really film anything too well because I don't have a stand, I'm doing this all on my phone because why would I have the equipment? That would be really fucking weird. What we're gonna do is we're basically gonna cut these lines right here, about every fourth line or so, so about right there. Cut those horizontally. We're gonna do that all the way up this blade, and then we're gonna go in with the saw and of course cut the waves. You guys probably know how it's done. And then we're gonna save the handle for last, because last time I tried doing something like this, I ended up fucking up this part and had to try and fix it, and it didn't go very well. Well, before we do any of that, damn squirrels laughing at me. Before we do any of that, we're gonna cut all that piece off. That's just waste. So I'm gonna do that and save you time. I know a lot of you probably want to see me actually cutting this, but yeah. So I feel really stupid. I called this a 1x2, but it's actually a 1x3. Yeah. Just goes to show you can make mistakes. But yeah, so now that's all cut off. We can basically make something out of this later on once I figure out what the hell this sticky shit is on it. But yeah, let's continue on. Alright, there we go. Got done cutting all, I guess you call them relief cuts, I don't know. This is kind of the wrong place to be asking for lingo. Of all that lingo, I just call them side cuts. But got done cutting all those, and I'm still worried about that, so I think I'm going to start from here, cut through there. If that gives me a problem, I guess I'll have to redirect that, make that the new edge. It'll be a bit off, but that's just something you gotta do, I guess, for this type of stuff. But yeah, did that. We're basically gonna try and cut all that in one piece. If it doesn't work out, that's why I have that line right there. So yeah, let's get done. Alright, as thought, look at that. Oh, that looks like shit. That knot just fell straight through. That was the only one. That's the one I was most worried about. This one over here, it's in the blade. I think I could just glue that one. But man, oh man, that looks pretty bad. I'm just gonna have to fix that up. Alright. Alright. There it is. Blade cut out. I'm gonna have to really sand this part down. You can kind of see how it gets a bit stupid over in that point. But I think it came out looking pretty good. This looks pretty good. That's gonna need some sanding. But yeah, and it's funny, halfway through cutting this, I realized how stupid I was because I was doing it without gloves and like 30-degree temperature, even though I brought my gloves on. Man, once you get into it, you just kind of forget about stuff like that. So all that's left, we got to cut out the handle. I'm gonna, if I could use my finger correctly, that guard, which is that, I think I'm gonna do all that off camera because the method I have from which to cut out the guard is very embarrassing and very dangerous. And you know, as an amateur, I don't want other amateurs to take hints from me, like my dangerous methods. So I'm not gonna show that. I'm just gonna kind of put it on there. But basically what I do is get a piece of 2x4 that I just cut a rectangle out of. Drill like 3 points and then wedge that thing in there with the guard on a box basically, and I just kind of cut out a rectangle and shape it on there. And it sounds very dangerous, and it is very dangerous. And anything you can do to get the cut, am I right? So we're gonna work on this handle. Then once all that's done, it basically just comes down to sanding. That's all. Really very basic. Very basic to do. Just cut out the shape, sand these points. I kind of leave the penciling on there because it gives me a good spot, because I could see that that's where the bevel starts and then kind of goes around. And well, yeah. So yeah, let's get to it. And there it is. Really looks pretty nice. Oh man, that tip still gets me. That just looks pretty funny. Actually, I may go fix that tip, because it really just looks pretty stupid. Man, look at it. That's really funky looking. Because I want it to be more of the center. So I think I'm gonna cut it down. I think I'm actually gonna come in, make a let me place it on the floor here. I think I'm gonna come in, make this indent, I guess I'm gonna call it, deeper so it goes in, and then this is pretty good going the way it is. It's meeting at the middle, so I think I'm just gonna make that go into that so it's a bit more center and not as stupid. This is not the other one I was worried about. I think I can just glue this. Actually, it's not moving that much. I think I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with that. I guess I'll just leave it. If it comes as a problem in the sanding, I guess I'll glue it down. But everything else turned out pretty well. This looks kind of stupid right here, but once we put the guard on, hopefully it will look That's all you can really hope for as an amateur, is just it looks But basically we're gonna sand all this down. The method I use for sanding is I sand this little edge, and then I slowly but surely kind of do this and this while sanding it. Of course, you know, I make it do this, and it comes out really smooth, kind of not quite round off because this is a rectangle, but you know, it comes out pretty good looking. It feels good. Maybe it doesn't look good. So yeah, I'm gonna fix that. Let me go get the device I use for drawing, and I'm gonna just do that off camera, because that part's really boring. People just want to see the finished product, right? Look at how much better that looks. It's gonna need one hell of a lot of sanding, because as you can see, you can probably see that right there. It's kind of got a cliff going on, so it's gonna need a lot of sanding. But I think that looks a lot better. I don't know. Once I sand it down, this point's gonna kind of disappear. But I think, I don't know, that looks a lot better than what it did before. Before it kind of looked goofy. So yeah, let's get into sanding. Alright, well, there you go. Few minutes, I'd say about 5, maybe 6 minutes. And it's a pretty smooth handle, feels really good. I even smoothed down the pommel. Don't really, since it's the edge of the thing, I don't really have to do any of that because it has like factory glue and stuff on it. So that's pretty good. Now I just gotta do the blade. I worked on that, made it a little less stupid. You can kind of see there's a dip. If I can get it for you. Right there, there's the dip. So I'm gonna just work on this, smooth out all, well, of course, those lines. Smooth it out, and yeah. Then start putting the bevel on. It's gonna take some time, because I'm doing this by hand. This piece of sandpaper, I'm using about 60 grit. Yeah, there we go. So this is almost retired. But I'm gonna get as much use out of it as I can. Just gotta go through and finish all this. So yeah. That was weird, camera just cut out. But anyways, the reason why it's so shallow, you know, it's not gonna go all the way forward, is because these are basically just sparring swords. I just make these to go out and spar with my brother, who has his own swords, you know, so it doesn't really need to be all sharp, you know, or it has to look sharp. So yeah, and as we can see, this is about done. But it's still carving through. I actually made a mistake. I accidentally started sanding that part, and I don't want to sand this. I want to keep it nice and kind of rigid. But yeah, that's what it's gonna look like the whole way through. When we come back, it's gonna be all nice and sanded, and I'm gonna fit the guard on, and then I'm gonna from there fix maybe make this shorter, because I don't know if the guard is gonna come on, because I don't really measure the guards. I just use scrap pieces of wood, and I just cut a hole in them. You know, they're pretty rectangular, so they serve as just a basic guard. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. This knot, again, it's not really going anywhere. It's in there pretty good. I just snapped it into place. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. Fuck. Well, like I said, if it gives me any issues, I'll glue it, or I'll figure something out. Or maybe, since this is just a sparring sword, I'll just tape it. So yeah, when we come back, will be kind of the final assembly, and yeah. Well, there you have it. That's the finished piece right there. Oh, shit, I thought my camera gave out again. That's a finished piece. My guard. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not very good at doing the guards, so they kind of look a bit like shit. Especially since this is a soft wood, you can see it's kind of splintering up there. I don't feel as if I need to point it out. But yeah, other than that, turned out pretty good. That knot that I thought was gonna give me a problem. Focus. Thank you. I thought it was gonna give me a problem. Not really. It's being held in there. There's still a crap ton of wood kind of there. Focus. Focus. Technology, am I right? But yeah, that's it. I'd have to say it's not the original 46. I'd say it's about maybe 44 now, all in all. But there it is. Pretty good looking. Yeah. So for anyone wondering, new piece of, or old piece of sand. Yeah, this is new. Old piece of sandpaper. This is about how you should get it. New piece. Oh man. Man. This is where you should stop using it, when it is coming apart. When it's coming apart, and yeah. Oh man, that just made me laugh a little bit. And even when you should stop using it when it has pieces of glue all over the place.